How's everybody doing here today? And welcome to Marked by God. And today we're going to do truth in 10 minutes or less. For those of you out there who are interested in hearing this, I have a question, and this is a serious question. If I become an atheist, will I become more moral than God? Now, a lot of atheists will answer this question this way: you're already more moral than God. I want to talk about some of the things that God has done in the Bible, according to some people on here, that 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 say that God has done immoral things on that. Some of the claims that a lot of people would deem to be immoral would be to kill people. He has taken the lives out of millions of people, according to the atheist community. So he would be immoral for killing people. I would like to compare and contrast that with what atheists have done. Over the last 100 years, 25 million theists or people have been killed under atheist regimes. 25 million people. If you go to a channel called Discern, he has a video where he shows you the estimated amount of people in the Bible that God has killed, according to his research. And his numbers don't go anywhere near 25 million. I want you to think about that a minute. If I become an atheist, do I really become this more moral person than God? Or can human beings really say that they're more moral than God? You yourself might not have killed nobody, but the people who have been atheists before you, 25 million. Like, have you ever studied communist Russia and all of the atrocities that has happened in Russia? Okay, that's why science is not the only topic. History is too. But let's talk about some other things that God has done that people don't like that he did. Apparently, people like Scholar Fiction and other people in our community like to say that God is immoral for killing babies. These babies are already born, and they take a scripture in the Bible out of context where it says that, happy is he who dashed their babies upon a rock and whatnot. And they take that scripture completely out of context and they use it. But for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to say that that's true. And I'm going to say that their assessment is true, even though it is not. Okay? Tell me something. What is the difference between a baby already being born and the baby being killed, and the baby has not even given a chance to inhale or exhale? Some of these abortions, these partial birth abortions, and some of these other methods of abortions are just hideous and disgusting. You'll call a woman immoral if she takes her baby and suffocates it and throw it in a dumpster, but you don't believe that is immoral for a woman to partially have her baby and then have the baby killed. So I'm not really understanding how being an atheist is going to make me more moral than God, when you do the same things that God is doing. As a matter of fact, everything that an atheist says that another person's doing, 10 times out of 10, they're doing the same thing themselves. 9 times out of 10, they're doing the same thing themselves. Okay, so I want to talk about some more things that people have said that God has done. And I want you guys to take a good look at this atheist community. I got on here and I practiced my beliefs, and I said that so-and-so is this way. And some people got so upset that they called my job and got me fired. And they cost me my livelihood. Okay, well, I got some good news about that one soon. I might have another job as early as Wednesday. But that's neither here nor there. But let's look at what God has done. God has cost people their jobs too. And a lot of atheists would think that God is immoral for doing that. How dare he takes away somebody's livelihood? But wait a minute, you do the same thing. So are you openly admitting that you yourself as an atheist is immoral every time you make a claim against God? Oh, no one's ever tried to wipe out entire civilizations. No one's committed genocide. No one's wiped out. Wait a minute. 25 million people. It doesn't matter if you tried to commit genocide or not. It's a crime. It's murder. If I granted you, and I'm not, but if I granted you that your arguments was accurate and correct, do you not understand that you are making an argument that you yourself are immoral? If taking a life, okay, if you're going to say that it is wrong for somebody to take a life, then why don't you believe that life has any value? You don't have a problem murdering a life before it's even born. You'll enlist into the military and kill other people to try to defend your country, but then you justify that. But if God tells the children of Israel to do it, that's a bad thing. And this is why Romans chapter 2 is so important. Romans chapter 2 verse 1, where it says, why do you judge others when you do the same thing? You do the exact same things. How can you sit there and call God this immoral monster when you yourself are doing the same things? And not only doing the same things, even if you're not, you're supporting people who do the same things. So how can you come out of this looking immoral? If we put you on the stand, if we put you in court and we were to judge you and judge your morality based on what you believed and what you supported, you're going to come out being immoral based on the accusations that you make about God. You're angry at God, but you're not angry at human beings for doing the same thing. Oh, a woman can kill their unborn baby. It's their body. Who are you to tell the woman what to do with her body? However, God created the body. God created the reproductive system. And if God wanted to terminate a life, God doesn't have the right to do what he wants with these bodies. According to Scripture, if you actually understood it, God owns these bodies. So you're saying that it's okay for a mere human being to do what they want with their bodies, but God can't do what he wants with these bodies? How hypocritical is that? You know what I mean? I believe every time an atheist makes a video saying that God is immoral for doing this, they need to check themselves and what they support. How in love are you with humanity? If you love humanity as much as you claim you do, what are you doing to better humanity? Are you one of the problems that is causing wars and causing strife and causing divisions? Are you, because the very same things that you guys say about Christianity, you're doing the same things yourself. You're doing the same thing. When I went to school and I sat down in the classroom, just giving an example here, okay? Because I'm sure all of us has been through it at some point or another. You sit in your classroom, you got a group of kids behind you laughing at you. How does that bring peace on earth? Now let's magnify that. A person makes a video and they're just laughing at you, teasing you, trying everything they can to cause you to do something that is illegal and to harm other people, and then don't want to take responsibility for what they incited. If I went outside and I incited a riot and people died, people are going to look at me for starting it. So why can't nobody do that to you? Do you not understand how hypocritical it is to even believe or think that if a person leaves Christianity and somehow becomes an atheist and thinks like a secular person, that automatically means that you're going to become this moral person? Can anybody name any moral atheists for me? Can you name one that don't support anything that is immoral, that the rest of the world wouldn't deem immoral? One. Just one. One. I don't need two. I don't need three. I don't need four. I don't need five. I just need one atheist that doesn't support any type of immorality. And I want to hear their claims against God. I want to hear their claims. Because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, they're doing the same things themselves. But because they're anti-theist and because they're misotheists, these people refuse to acknowledge just how hypocritical they are at the end of the day. It's about time everybody stop being hypocritical and start being real on here. And start really letting people know where they stand on things. And stop getting on here lying, claiming that you're this agent for good, because you're not. You don't talk about my God. Oh, trust me, I can point my finger at you all day long. You don't support slavery, but you do support people losing their jobs. You don't support the murder of babies that's already born, but you do support the outright slander of people who believe that a God exists. You think about that the next time you go around calling somebody immoral, because you might see yourself in the mirror. And that's Truth in 10 Minutes or Less.